Our lovely new mower, which I've been very excited about, has gone back. The basically what holds one of the blades on its deck failed and a couple of pins sheared out, and so we lost the blades. They are expecting the part in today, so hopefully it'll be back on the roads tomorrow. Morning. It's Monday and it's sunny, which is amazing. Finally feels like July. And we've got 2 days left of July. It's not great, is it really? But yeah, busy, very typical Monday morning for me, rushing around making sure everybody has got everything they need. Everyone's now out, everyone's working, everybody is busy. We have, over the weekend, just won 2 new maintenance contracts, which is great news. Jay is currently down sort of Sevenoaks way, quoting for 2 new garden maintenance contracts for a designer called Karen McClure Design, who's someone that we've wanted to get in with for ages, so that's really good. He's just texted me to say that he has told them the associated cost and the first client has immediately accepted. So he's now on the way to see the second, so yeah, diary's filling up. Pro Landscaper, the August issue is out. Get it, buy it, it's very nice. They've written about me. In the back, there's a section called Beyond Ambition. I think they've got a few sort of younger up and coming companies to talk, but we had a phone interview and they've written up actually quite a lot about me, which is nice. So here you go, direct quote. If you've really pressure tested it and it's not working, don't be too proud to go back to the drawing board. Ollie Gregson, Hardwood Landscapes. This week we've got 2 jobs finishing, so a small Camberley project where we've been on a new build, just helping out the principal contractor. That's wrapping up this week. Harry's first ever job down in Brighton is wrapping up, so hopefully he gets that all over the line this week and then we can have a bit of a debrief and a catch up with him on how that's all gone. So yeah, let's have a catch up on Monday. Let's see what Harry's got left to do and see if we think it's reasonable that he can get it all completed this week.
Down in Hove again for the last couple of times. It's getting emotional. Week 8. It's gone well. Not too many delays. Yeah, no, I think it's gone pretty well. So we're just pointing up, which will take today, probably tomorrow, maybe another half a day. I don't know, we'll see how we get on today. We are pointing up the brickwork at last, or the brick slips. Finally got the mix today, so last final push here. And the majority will be pointing up as it's so time consuming, but grout gun is coming in clutch. So basically the grout gun just pushes it right way through to the backs of the brick slips. Saves you sitting there with a trowel, chucking it in there. It's probably a bit cleaner, but they can be a bit temperamental. We broke one this morning, but this one seems to be going pretty well, touch wood. So you basically just mix it up as you would anything like primer or adhesive. Get it to a little bit wetter than your average brick mix, and then bang it in there. And then you just go from there, just gunning it in. It's quite hot today, so I'm gonna do small bits at a time. Get it nice and full and then strike it off. I think the grey was a little bit too building sitey. And the white, well, you got white bricks, so you want to go something a little bit off. But I think it ties it in quite well. Pretty happy with how it looks so far. Only on the second step. Plenty more bricks to point up still, but it's not too awful work. It's just you're unappreciative of a nice sunny day when you're just busting all day long. You go home, you want to sit indoors. Nice change from the wet summer we've been having, but could do a couple clouds here and there. Bring a gazebo up tomorrow. Create a bit of shade. Yeah.
So it's great to see Brighton looking so good. Harry has really stepped up taking ownership of that one, and it is very, very nearly over the line. It's Tuesday and it's hot. It finally feels like summer, and I'm certainly not complaining. I mean, this is actually the first time I've ever had air conditioning in somewhere I've worked, so yeah, feeling pretty smug. There's a fairly specific admin task that I started doing on my laptop last night, so I'm sitting over here to not get distracted by the computer and making sure I finish this first. But it is every business owner's favourite time of the month. It's month end tomorrow. So once I've done this, I need to get my head into accounts and make sure we've got the right money in the right places and everyone's going to get paid and keep the wolves away from the door for another month. It's a slightly easier month end than the last few. I think we only need to find a couple of grand rather than the usual 20 or 30 deficit. Jay and Finn are over on the maintenance project locally. We're usually there on a Friday, but our clients are actually on holiday at the moment and they're back tomorrow morning. So we thought we would go there today and just do a really big hit so that when they come back from their holiday tomorrow, they come back to not only amazing weather, but the garden looking incredible.
Jay's hint of the week. So last night I was thinking about the weather. It suddenly got really hot today. And it reminded me as a teenager, as soon as it got hot, Mum would say, oh, we're gonna have a barbecue this weekend. And everyone had to go out the house and tidy up the garden. And the reality is no one had a damn clue what we were doing. It was a mammoth task and the task just ended up being too big. So if you're having a barbecue this weekend, or next weekend if it happens to rain, follow my mantra: edges, hedges and lawns. If your hedges look tidy, if your lawns have been cut nicely, and also if you got your edges tidy, the reality is people don't notice what's in the beds and borders. You could have loads and loads of weeds, but if the edge of that bed looks really neat and tidy, people don't notice, and it just fixes everything. So I've just done an edge over there. Come and have a look. This edge here is roughly what the borders end up looking like, and it's pretty bog standard. But the moment that you put a proper edge on there, like I've done over there, here's one I made earlier, suddenly it just looks neat, tidy and cared for. For the weekend, if it's just a quick, oh God, we've got people coming over, let's get it tidy, put an edge on it and it'll immediately look better. Today, I'm going to do these ones. These trees are Acer campestri. You can already see the old shape that was there before, but actually they look messy at the moment. So all I'm going to do is just nibble off all the straggly stuff that's poking around everywhere, and suddenly it looks like you've had me come and do your garden. That's the secret. I've started on this one. As you can see, I've done exactly as I said I would. I haven't really played with the shape. I've simply gone to the shape that someone's used before. Immediately, you'll see that that one suddenly looks an awful lot better than the one next to it. Give me a couple of hours, come back, and then tell me if they look any better once I've done the lot.
Matt and Will are wrapping up another small job over in Camberley. It's pretty clear that the sun is starting to get to their heads. Let's go and see how they're getting on.
Media assistant, back on the tools.
Yeah, it's quite refreshing actually, rather than ferrying you around.
We are putting a concrete base in here for an electrical box. One of those green boxes effectively, which is going to supply these parking bays with charge points. So we've made a timber frame for it just to retain the concrete and give it a nice clean edge. We'll get the conduits in ready and the mains feed in, pour the concrete, screed it all off, and then once it's gone off, it will be ready for the green box. We've replanted the plants that were pulled out for the space in the sort of centre square, levelled off the soil in there to tidy it up a little bit. We've got a couple of boards left over there and some fencing like this that we've got to take back to the building contractor. But other than that, it's pretty much all finished around there. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Thank you very much. The locals have been very friendly. We've had ice creams, cold drinks, hot drinks. Oh, that's good. What was that old Diet Coke song? The one where there was always like muscular men drinking like window cleaners and stuff.
You to be true.
I just wanna make love to you.
Enough of that. Let's head over to Plasto and check on Jay and Finn. God, I only had one take there, didn't I?
The client here kindly gave us some of their homegrown produce, so not sure what I'll do with these, but cook up a storm, I'm sure.
What I wanted to show you was these posts. This is one of the things I see all over the place. People put a tree in, they immediately assume it needs a post. If it's a big tree and it's going to get hit by the wind, then yeah, put a stake in or two. But the tree needs to be able to move a little bit, because it's the stress of movement that will encourage the tree to send out lots of roots as an anchor system. That's going to encourage a lot of root growth and therefore make the plant far stronger and healthier. We have also done our edging, because edges, hedges and lawns. By putting a circle in, it's not just making it look pretty and giving it a nice edge, it also means that we're not going to strim too close and end up catching the trunk of the tree, but it also means that with this particular zone, it gets far better access to air, nutrients that the roots need to grow, make it a very healthy, happy tree. There's the lawns, lovely, striped, beautifully cut. There's edges all along here, and instead of hedges, I did the tops of some trees so that they're ready for tonight's barbecue. I hope someone's having a barbecue. I want one.
I've got my Elwood shorts on. Mate, they're amazing. They're so stretchy. And they're such a nice length as well. Yeah, like when it's actually hot. They're light, they're stretchy, but they're like super strong. Yeah, mate, I love them. They're amazing. We're on scene shooting some content for Big Boots. As you know, our amazing uniform collaborator. I'm head to toe. He does all of this. This is all from him. These mongrel boots, which, as you know, are my favourite. These Elwood shorts, which I live in. I would try and show you how flexible they are, but I don't want to embarrass myself on camera. But yeah, they're great. We've got the farm guys are all in them as well. They're all in the mongrel canines. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the sort of sponsored social stuff you see on their Instagram are just clips that we give them. And it is such a beautiful business relationship. There's no money involved. He sends us great gear. We love it, so we test it, we film it, we give him content, he gives us PPE. It's just a really lovely, pure exchange. You know, both very grateful and appreciative of each other. Happy to help, happy to come out and check what the farm are up to as well. We're literally in the field that's next door to the yard, so it's very easy. But yeah, so you see he's all lit up again. That means he needs emptying. Morning. It's nice and early, and it's Thursday. I'm on my way to go and see a new project. Now it's a few. I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? A few alarm bells, but it's a good designer, and it's the designer who's contacted me directly, and they're actually project managing the project, which is currently being built by two builders. They've fallen behind schedule and they need some sort of skilled help to come in and do some of the more technical work. Hence he's reached out to us. saying things on the phone like, you know, oh, and they're not VAT registered, so he's been having to buy some materials, and it just all sounds like a bit of a nightmare. Reinforcing that precedent that, oh yeah, we can find a cheaper quote and these guys will take a bit of cash, and oh yeah, there's no VAT on these guys, and you know, they've been there since April. How on earth are they not VAT registered? If there's two people working together, it's just blows my mind. Anyway, it's a stunning design, big house. So who knows, could be a nice opportunity for the portfolio. This month has really shown the importance of these smaller jobs. Now, I appreciate it's not very exciting content to follow and certainly doesn't show what we are capable of, but in terms of cash flow and business-wise, they are fantastic. It's really helped our cash flow position. Yeah, it's been good, and it just highlights the importance as a business to diversify your risk and not to put everything into one or two just big, long-running projects. As we turn our focus towards the winter months, things aren't looking so bad, and we're going to get some good, steady work in, which is great. Appreciate. I haven't done a bit of a car catch-up in a while. I'll catch up with you soon. It's Friday and some of the Hardwood site managers aren't on site today. We are here, we're at the yard, we're at the office. We've got our digger and dumper training.
Training day at the yard, so refresher course for Andy and I and Ollie as well. Do some retraining, make sure I'm still on the ball.
I'm Luke Armiger from Armiger Training. We're MPAWS and CPCS plant training and health and safety company. These guys are doing their renewals, so they've had cards previous that have expired, and we're now going to retest them to make sure they're up to the ability to operate. If you think of it like a driving test, it's like a driving test but for digger drivers or dumper drivers.
Yeah, Andy's pretty on it. You know, he knows it's a big day, important for him to get through this and get his licence. So yeah, I'd say relaxed, but equally focused on the task at hand.
There's a set standard, so as long as they meet the standard and they don't score over 20 penalty points, they'll all achieve their qualification.
Seatbelt, have your seatbelt.
It will be probably about 2 hours per digger test, and then in the dumper test, anything up to an hour. On the dumpers, make sure they're looking when they're travelling behind. When they're tipping, make sure they're looking around, make sure they're emptying their load, and make sure they're staying on the track when they're reversing, that they're keeping in a straight line. On the diggers, they need to make good observations while they're pulling the material, and then when they're excavating, just to make sure they can excavate to line and level.
Happy Friday. It's fairly easy Friday for these guys, I think, which is great. It's good to have them both off-site. We've been doing our digger and dumper tickets just to make sure everybody is in date and certified. We need it on some of the sites that we work on. Not too much, but you know, it's always good to have. But yeah, all done. It was pretty efficient. I think it was quite clear to the trainer that we are very competent machine operators. I even got 100% on my theory, which yeah, pretty proud of because I didn't revise. I am very excited because my lovely little Land Rover is about to be sign written, and it's being traditionally sign written, so hand painted, which is very exciting. So yeah, these guys have got some quoting, some admin to do, bit of yard tidying. I'll get the sign writer set up, but all in all, a bit of a slower pace to this Friday, which is nice, and the sun's shining. So yeah, happy days. Look at that. Yeah, very happy. It's a really beautiful craft and trade, and so to be able to employ Wayne to do it for us was, yeah, super lovely. I think it looks great. It's been well designed, well thought out, just works with everything. It's classy and it's got character and looks amazing. Definitely never sell this one now. I've painted it. Not that I was ever planning on selling it. This one's always been here to stay. Threw in a little gift for our landlords as well. Keep the farm happy. So I had this old trough kicking around, so we asked if we could use it to put some plants in, which they said yes, to just soften the front of the barn a little bit. And then we thought, actually, we've got Wayne here, let's see if we can steal him for another hour and get that painted up. So we have, and it looks fantastic. Henry's just seen it, he loves it, he's very happy. It's got a pheasant and some wheat. So very personal to the farm and what they do here and what they've got going on. So that's it, 28 weeks, 28 episodes of vlogging and documenting what we do here at Hardwood Landscapes. It's been a really lovely end to the week. We've got a couple of jobs finished. Thank you so much to Wayne for doing the incredible job on my little Land Rover. I absolutely love it. Of course, if you're enjoying these videos, please like, share and subscribe. We will see you next week.